the virtual assistant space in the United States, and I think this can't comes from taking a look at what Tim Ferriss was talking about in 2007. But when we looked at the space, it was about partnering a virtual assistant with 6, 8, 10, 12 clients a month, calling them a virtual executive assistant and paying them 20 bucks an hour as an independent contractor. And now, Stephanie and I, my wife slash co-founder slash CEO of Pro Assisting, and I, with 50 plus years of EA experience, we looked at that model and frankly, we were offended, because the executive assistant role can be so all encompassing, so value driven, so time driven in terms of giving the principal back time. And we looked at that and we said, I personally, as a high level EA making well into the six figures, I couldn't handle six clients a month. Like what worked for us was a 3-to-1 ratio. And that's three clients or three executives or principals to one assistant. And that allows you to provide that feeling of full service support. And so our experience when we in 2017 were looking at the space and being like, this just doesn't align with us from an experience or a compensation level. Like 3-to-1 always worked for us, and now what's the proper compensation to make this worthwhile for the assistant? Because I'm not doing the work. We've got 70 clients across the country and I'm not providing them support. So we we took frankly some of my Hollywood experience of working at William Morris. I'm like the Jerry Maguire of executive assistants. I am, we take our 25% cut and pass 75% onto the assistant out of that $3,300. So our 40 assistants are able to create their own business, making 90,000 a year under our umbrella, working for three clients maximum. And that's unheard of in our space. And if you're going to go out and look for a virtual assistant or a fractional executive assistant or assistant of any kind, even if you're not with Pro Assisting, the most important question you can ask is how much is the assistant getting paid? And that's an indication of their experience level and how long they're going to stay in the seat. Because when you're making 20 bucks an hour at one shop and a shop down the street offers you $24 an hour, you're going to jump at it. I mean, and we kind of flip that on its head. And what that allows is it allows for us to get great EA talent. And we're really good at identifying that talent because of our experience interviewing thousands of assistants throughout our career and keep them for a long time because we value their work. We pay them appropriately. And that's the balance, you know? Um, and I've had so many business strategists tell me, well, you got to get your margin north of 35% or you won't survive. And I get that. I see that. But we're a mom and pop shop. We're a flat organization. It's just Stephanie and I and our partner EAs, our pro assistants. I don't have a C-suite that we have to pay. We don't even have an assistant between the two of us. Part of that's probably because that's our trade and we do it with our eyes shut. But that's kind of the shift that we saw. And frankly, I think when you start talking about hospitality and you start talking about assistants who have the great experience, but don't have that hospitality piece, that's not going to cut it anymore.
Yeah.
And now you want that experience, hospitality, and AI knowledge, proficiency to look at something and say, you know what? I could do this with AI, but I'll have to check it and I can do it just as fast on my own. So that's something I'm not going to put AI on. But here, where I need to send 100 emails and I need to address them personally, and AI can take a crack at the drafts and then I can go through that. Well, that's going to save me about an hour and a half, knowing that difference. So again, July or August of 2026, this is the space we're in. 3 months from now, it's going to change.